Welcome to part 4 of our conversation with US Representative Joe Donnelly. Congressman, are you satisfied with the concept of farm subsidies? And if so, why should farmers get subsidies when other enterprises don't?
I know it's a controversial subject, and what we're trying to do is we actually reduce subsidies. Again, we'd love to see a free market model on this. What we're trying to do is have some successful operation of the farm community, smooth out some of the rough spots that come in. And so I think what you've seen is some reduction in subsidies, a very, very significant one. I think you'll see that reduction continue into the future.
So you think they're too high now?
I've not said that. I've said as we move forward with our ag community, I think there's an understanding there. Well, a lot of the farmers say as well, you know, let's try eventually to get government out of most of this. And what we're trying to do is, in a reasoned and measured way, step this down a little bit.
Are you convinced that ethanol plants need federal help? Or is that something that the free market can take care of?
I am convinced at this time that they do need some help. That actually the portion of help that's provided there is significantly less than in other energy areas. And one of the benefits that ethanol provides us is not only, number one, obviously it helps the ag community, but number two, what is the cost we spend in pursuing and obtaining oil? What is the cost to our country in sending over $500 billion every year of our money to buy energy in other countries where they in effect then have not only our money, but they get some control over our own future? I think this is a good investment. The good investment is obviously the ethanol, not sending the money overseas.
How certain are you that the Mount Zion Dam construction will begin in the spring of 2011?
We have tried to put everything in place to make sure that happens. We will be obtaining additional funds in the next year, we hope. We'll certainly be requesting that, work closely with the Energy and Water Committee in Congress, because they are aware of the Mount Zion Dam situation, of its importance to this community. And as I said at that time, it is always my first request in that area. So we've tried to put in place every single thing to make this a success. That everyone is on the same page, everyone is working forward to make that happen. I know how important it is not only to our tax base, but to our quality of life here in Fulton County.
Let's see here, we're moving right on. Oh, could you tell us what your thoughts are on New Tech High School? There are a number of people in our community who are big fans, and there are a number of people who aren't such big fans.
Well, my view is I'm going to let the folks of Rochester decide that. You know, there's other communities in our district now. Obviously, I'm blessed to represent 12 counties. And one of the other counties, up in Stark County, the Oregon-Davis school system has just started New Tech now. In South Bend, there's discussion. They were hoping to get it done this year. It looks like next year, South Bend Community School Corporation will be starting New Tech as another alternative for the kids up there to be able to finish high school, to have an incentive. So I think this is something that is an idea to be looked at, to be engaged in, and it's for the community to decide. It's not for the US representative to come in and say, I picked this or I picked that. There's a lot more wisdom on Rochester's education in Rochester than there is with me, although I'm obviously a big fan of all of our schools here.
Will you debate your next opponent in Rochester?
Absolutely.
Great.
The one thing I've done every single election is make sure that we have a debate here. It's something I've always enjoyed, and it has become, I think, part of the political tradition of Northern Indiana.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you very, very much.